It all started with simple idea. Cool carbon fiber decals, glossy paint, and this kick-ass Infinity model. But, as usual, things didn't go quite as planned. Let's just say after watching, you won't make any of these mistakes. I've already made all of them. Which resulted in this paint job. I'm Martin and you are watching Wardrobe Workshop Miniatures. Once again, I was pretty surprised by the quality of Corvus Belli miniatures. This is a GoPod model from the Nomads army, and it was the quickest and easiest assembly I've ever done. Like cutting and sanding 3 protrusions after manufacturing, and the model was ready in just 2 minutes. Just to prepare it better for what I had planned, I also sanded a few areas for a smoother surface and fixed a small hole in the plastic resin using CA glue and sandpaper. Since I was going to paint the model in sub-assemblies, I drilled holes in the parts and glued in toothpicks to hold them while I'm brushing. At this stage I also found 2 spots with glue marks, so I used CA debonder to soften the glue and wipe it away with a Q-tip. For painting I used Kaleido Colorworks paints, which were released to the market just yesterday, although I had the privilege to test them earlier. This line of paints is designed to use with airbrushes and is made by Gallery. You can check my video about their Mobius airbrush to learn more about them. It's aimed at the Gundam and automotive modelers, but I was curious why the hell we as wargamers barely use glossy finishes. Since it's something new for me, I thought it wouldn't be fair to do a standard paint trench review. Instead, I decided to show you how my learning process looked, with all the f***ups so you can learn from them. After priming the model with a matte primer, which is actually a semi-gloss, I used masking tape to create templates for carbon fiber decal from Tamiya. With a sharp blade I cut the tape following the shape I wanted to cover. Because of my extra fine motor skills, I scratched the primer a bit. I should have waited 24 hours for the paint to cure before sanding, but instead I decided to ruin it further right away. These mistakes happen even to the best painters, and I am the best, so I make them all the time. I reapplied primer and waited until the next day to try sanding again, and this time it worked. I chose Racing Red as the main color for the model, applying it straight from the bottle through a 0.2mm airbrush nozzle. After 2 coats, the model started to shine beautifully, like a pristine wild landscape. Until I saw nasty dust particles colonizing it and ruining the second day. To fix this, I used Tamiya coarse polishing compound and rotar tool. It removed the dust particles nicely, but I also ground down the paint to the bare plastic when I touch it without enough polishing paste. I switched to a Q-tip for better control and precision, which helped me remove remaining particles and smooth out rough spots. At this point it would have been probably best to strip the paint and start over, but I knew I needed to resolve the dust problem first. Doing everything again only to end up in the same spot wasn't a solution, so to protect the paint job from dust, I used this foldable paint booth from Hobby Zone. If you want to learn more about their products, check out my wardrobe transformation video. I use it to spray a fine mist of water around my workspace, to catch dust particles and pull them down, while also covering the desktop with moisture so dust would stick to it. I brushed off the parts carefully. Then, the previous events forced me to spray another coat of Racing Red, which brought me close to the point of covering small details and losing definition. So it was really my last try before stripping everything. I covered the booth with kitchen tinfoil and waited for the paint to cure. Using a template I prepared earlier, I cut out a carbon decal and applied it with microcell. Everything went smoothly until I reached the largest piece. Due to its size, I couldn't reposition it easily, and it started to curl and twist as I tried. so I needed to change my approach. Instead of another template, I applied larger slices over the entire area. With microsol softener, I smoothed it out, trying to remove wrinkles and help it conform to the underlying details. While still soft, I removed the excess with a blade and Q-tip. It tore in one small spot, so I touched it up with black paint and painted black and white base colors on remaining parts of the model. I used ammo ionic paints to paint the pilot's hands and legs, as well as the gun, which are the only non-glossy parts of the model. As you can see, I didn't do any shading on the jetbike itself. I wanted the gloss finish to do the effect for me. After that, I applied 2 layers of Kaleido gloss varnish. Once it dried, I used heavily tinted Uptilong 502 black oil paint for pin washing all the panel lines to add more definition to the details. I didn't worry about precision, because all paints can be reactivated for some time after application, allowing me to wipe away any excess. I just needed to wait for the solvent to evaporate. In the meantime, I tested some other Kaleido Colorworks metallic paints I had on hand. They offer some interesting colors, like titanium or zirconium black. The paints come in 20ml bottles, with steering balls inside. I have to admit that the bottle caps not only look really cool, but are one of most comfortable caps I've used so far. I was able to spray metallics with 0.2mm nozzle without issues, and the surface looks almost like real metal. Its set includes thinner and cleaner, but you can also thin the paints with water, because unlike many other glossy paints on the market, they are water-based acrylics. The Kaleido Colorworks range has 84 colors, divided into sets of primary, mecha, auto and metal paints. The metallics also work when applied with a brush, although because of their self-leveling properties and airbrush dilution, they tend to concentrate over the flat surfaces while leaving edges. So it's better to leave them for a minute before painting, to thicken up a little. There is currently a big promotion accompanying Kaleido Colorworks launch on the gallery website, with discounts on airbrushes and compressors. If you use my affiliate links from the video description, you can get even a bigger discount, because they stack. After the oil paint dried, I used Tamiya fine polishing compound and Q-tips to clean the model as a first step in the polishing process, followed by the finishing compound and microfiber cloth. Lastly, I removed blue tack to glue the model together, and the model was done. Subscribe for more videos like this and tell me what you think about this paint job down in the comments. It was Martin from Wardrobe Workshop. See you in the next one.